press too far in to find out what was up with that, because there were just two guys versus two tribes. Not two tribes, one tribe and one group. But they reckon that there was some sort of accord set up, or else they probably would have started attacking each other.
Mutual understanding.
Yeah. There was the remnant of a different Navros tribe that they saw passing by the place. They don't know if it was on like exodus, pilgrimage, hunting, general migratory patterns, something. They don't know. And they do know it's a different tribe than the one that was in town, just because the trappings that were left behind were entirely different. And Nevros, they don't change. They don't do that. They are very true to what religion they have originally. They did spot some hill giants passing north from a distance, a safe distance away. They didn't get too great a look at them, but from the toppling of trees, the leftover semi-rotted bits of food, and the smell, yeah, they're pretty sure it was hill giants. To the northeast of here, from where you guys currently are, there is an overgrown cabin. Not a lodge, because that sounds like it's a really big building. It's a cabin with multiple rooms in it, which they did touch upon and stop by. There is shelter there. It's not a big place, don't get me wrong. But it is stocked and restocked by passerbys, be them herbalists, druids and rangers, waystalkers, like, you know, those sorts of occupations. And it is apparently something that the Navros do respect as a don't just destroy this sort of place, because it's just for a general good. So that might be something he pitches that you guys might be interested in if you guys need resupply, which he doesn't think you guys do. And the last thing is that they've been when he and his buddy were heading north to go put the seed, they spotted the leftovers of what they assume are bandit camps, like campsites that were hidden and tucked away, that were very well scrubbed of presence, very well scrubbed, which is why they don't think it's a Nevros tribe, because normally Nevros tribes don't really mind or care, so they think it's bandits, you know, people that would want to hide their presence in the first place. And that might be the bandits in the town. He doesn't know. And that's about it. That's all he recalls after, you know, weeks ago, and probably having a significant concussion right now.
What was he and his group going out for anyways?
General adventure.
Just general adventuring kind of thing?
One of his party members, now dead, did have plans to go to Cutthroat Keep, which is like, you know, the criminal place in the north. They never made it. They never made it.
Did that one ever mention why, or was it just an interest?
They figured it was a good place to get information in the north. Like, they might be criminals, but they're provincial criminals, or the criminals of Nevros tribes, which are outcasts. Regardless, it's a group of outcasts that can band together as a group of outcasts and have that sort of rapport with each other. So he doesn't know if that was the 100% the intent, but he does see the validity in that logic, that this is a place where people of a similar mindset, and as provincials coming from south to north, this is probably going to be relatively familiar territory, because a lot of provincials are up there. Right. So, which is another big important fact, provincial coin is worth something there. Versus if you guys try to pay Nevros tribes in provincial coin, first off, they might use it, they might trade with it, or they might not. They might have no fucking use for it, and thus you really have lost now, in terms of value, thousands of golds worth of stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so that's another reason, is that coin works up there, and they know it works up there. So yeah, good information hub, I guess you can call it. Right. Yeah, that's okay. What was up with Arn, and what he recalls in the relatively immediate vicinity. Probably like a day to a day and a half's worth of travel from where you guys currently are.
Okay.
On
Very
foot.
good to know.
They didn't have mounts.
Okay. It's something at the very worst, and useful at the very least.
So that's what's up, Arn. Ponder those ideas however you so see fit. Until then, he's just going to cook well, eat well, and nap well.
Get well out of Dodge.
Yeah. I think he'll probably talk to you guys about him going back south in the morning, but
That's
something for next session. Yeah, that's something for next session.
I want to keep him around. Because good for
You guys are free to try to convince him to stay around. You guys would just have to actually try to convince him. You can't just be like, roll persuasion. Are you coming with us? No, it'd be more along the lines of what Redan did with the site. Like, you have to give a reason in character as to the logics of sticking around.
Makes sense.
You could lie to him. You could tell him, hey, if you leave now, the Stemkin might just grab you again, you know? So you should come with us.
I mean, that's not exactly a lie, but it's a believable enough truth.
It's sort of a lie. You did bargain for his custody, and they will respect that, you imagine, so...
Yeah.
We know that.
But you could make that more vague instead of saying Stemkin. It's just like, we know the area is kind of dangerous. We fought
Yeah,
shit
I
that
mean-
was dangerous, so...
Yeah, you
He's
could
injured.
reason that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
You could
just
read
Stemkin.
We'll guide you back once we're done up here.
The other option is you could send people to go back down with him.
That's-
I know,
Have
but that
enough
was like
people
an
for that.
argument to keep him there, though. Is the thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we can help you go back
Have a good
safely
one, Dorky.
after we're done
Have a
up here if you want to
night.
stay with us.
No,
Night.
No.
Bye.
But yeah.
it is up to you guys.
It is a conversation for future us.
There's a conversation for future you. Yes.
We're taking a problem.
Yes, sir.
The man's gonna retire and become a chef after his, like, what?
I mean, he could. Yeah, he can go work
Yeah.
on an inn somewhere.
Mhm.
He could be that one innkeeper that has seen too much shit.
Oh, you mean what's his name?
Bosco.
Vasco.
Bosco, yeah. He's
Bosco,
definitely, yeah,
is it?
our little halfling innkeeper who definitely saw way too much shit.
Yeah.
Mostly because of
That's
the
one.
party.
Yeah, I mean, two parties. Technically.
Yeah, two different parties. It definitely didn't help us showing up with a wolf saying, hey, can we use your back room to carve stuff? Here's a gem, which is effectively worthless to him.
Probably resold it, but he probably was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I love all these stories with no context.
It's so good. Honestly, with context, it's not much better.
Yeah, it really is all the context. There was once upon a time, the first village that they began their campaign in, there was a halfling that ran the singular inn in the place. It was the only
Definitely not
city
a
in the
serial
north. Yeah. No, not the serial killer. Yeah, it's the only city in the north. Northrend. And there was another way higher level adventure party that Bosco had lived through the events of, because this was our HQ town. So he just see them get more and more powerful, and he's like, oh gods, no. Yeah, you sort of become a really God-fearing, superstitious person when you know the one woman that just, like the woman that just walked into the tavern can literally call upon gods to help her fight in combat. And you're just like, please don't smite me, please don't smite me, please don't smite me. So that's one campaign that he survived through. And then their campaign came in, and yeah, I don't think you guys outright antagonized him, but you guys... No, wait, no, I take that back. Yeah, you guys definitely outright antagonized him. I take that back entirely, yeah.
Poor guy.
He was just a halfling that just wanted to own a nice, simple, quiet inn and just live his life. But then all these adventurers come in here, kicking up a storm, dropping a fuck ton of money, but also traumatizing him for the rest of his life. So,
Give me your money.
When you gotta have that licorice, you gotta.
yeah, I mean, what?
In our defense, we did do some trading and money acquiring for him in the next town over. So, like,
You
we're
did,
not all
yeah.
bad. We're just 80%
Yeah, like,
bad.
you got minus 50 points and plus 2 back. Yeah, so thusly, you're at a net deficit.
I think it should be +6, one for each bottle.
Okay, so minus 42 or 44. All right, cool. Man.
It's all about those negative gains, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so hopefully
Feel-
Arn doesn't go in a similar way. I mean, to be fair, Arn is pretty scarred for life anyways before you guys, so...
Yeah.
He saw a tree get infested, he saw his buddies get killed, and... Yeah.
So all his buddies get killed, one of them get brought back, and then killed again.
Yeah. So, like... Yeah, I feel like Arn has a relatively steel mind, or a traumatized mind, which is relatively the same thing, right? So...
He
He's
hasn't
fine.
realized how broken he is yet until he goes back to a normal life.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, it's like being a soldier in Vietnam, you know? It's just like you know, someday this war is gonna end. And then you gotta go back. Yeah.
And then you become the Punisher.
The poor unfortunate souls that had to be tunnel rats in Vietnam. Yes, I would like to volunteer to go down to the super cramped, tight tunnel made for an entire race of people smaller than me and tighter than me, with only a knife and a pistol, knowing that the entire place is trapped with not only shit-covered sticks, but also scorpions and snakes and guns.
Yeah, no thanks.
And grenades. Yeah, I'll go down there, boss, sure. Yeah, they can go down, they can come back up.
You don't pay me enough for that. I don't pay you, and you're gonna go down there. Yes, sir.
Apparently some tunnel rats actually did volunteer, which I'm like, you're fucking insane. Actually fucking insane. Which I guess really spoke of the era of Vietnam in a way. Vietnam.
Question, Crash.
What's up?
So, with Sojar, I was thinking of slowly working in character and otherwise towards something. I don't have anything specific in mind, but something to strengthen his ability to concentrate.
Beyond Warcaster?
I don't have Warcaster.
Okay, well, Warcaster will probably be the go-to for it, because it's literally just free advantage.
Yeah. And it would fit your character.
It would, yeah.
Like, he's a very frontline, in-your-face, get shit done caster kind of thing, as opposed to, I'm gonna stay back here, like 3 miles away, have a good one!
Yeah, that's Brendan. Brendan doesn't need Warcaster.
Brendan, backyard. Backyard? Back there.
Brendan's
in a
gonna
different
try and
province.
see. Yeah, he's gonna sip a Mai Tai at the hotel while you're all on the beach.
Just casually just
Fighting.
shooting an Eldritch
Yeah, I'm
Blast.
getting that vibe. But yeah, that's sort of something I wanted to RP work towards.
Fair enough.
In due time, I'm sure you will reap the results. Assuming you guys live.
Ha!
Yep, assuming, yep.
That's a good joke you got there,
Assuming we
champ.
live.
So great.
How many
Anyway,
times have we made camp now?
Twice.
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 It's
Yeah.
been effectively like 3 days for our entire adventure.
Yep.
No, thanks for reminding me. I should
Actually,
roll to the next calendar day. Because it's midnight right now, so.
Nice.
Alright, the 18th of Twilight. Let's go.
Oh god, the fairies.
No, if anything, you're probably.
See, the more you think about it, the worse it gets.
Well, no, because like the courts operate on the season, so the best time for a person. I guess you're shit out of luck either way, because when the court's powers are equal, that's when the wild fair are most powerful. So, yeah, I guess you're shit out of luck no matter which season you're in. You're right. Good point. Good point. I like that. Very good.
I cry.
Good enough to get an inspiration.
No.
Shit. Good enough to get chocolate?
Which has inspiration?
If you
No,
have
I'm
some at
sorry.
home.
Yeah, if you gotta help, sure. Yeah, go get your damn soul.
Actually, I think I do. Hold on. Yeah! One of my coworkers
I'm
wasn't feeling
currently
good, so
eating
her
dark
friend
chocolate.
brought her chocolate,
Ooh.
and then she had way too much chocolate, so she threw it at the rest of us.
Oh,
How much did it hit?
You can never have too much chocolate.
It's 2d6.
definitely. That's a swear word, actually, to be quite honest with you.
2d6.
They're proficient at throwing things. It was a lot of
Damn.
chocolate.
Just gonna post.
Oh, by the way, Crash, Sol, S-O-L, Sol, is the literal word for sun in Swedish.
Hey, let's go. I mean,
It's a-
SOL, soul is Latin for sun.
And French.
Yeah.
And French.
Oh, actually,
And
no,
it's,
it's Soleil. My bad. I'm an idiot.
There's a
Sol
Norse
is
god
Earth.
S called Sol, which is the
Yes.
sun.
Yes.
Nothing
Oh,
is original. Not even mythology. No one's original.
Just do a Tolkien and you know, copy paste the names of the dwarves from the mythology.
Yep.
But then completely overhaul Gandalf into a wizard, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
At least he didn't misspell it like Nintendo. Ganondorf. No, that's
Is that
Literally
actually where Ganondorf came from? Is that actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, but
they like the what? They
apparently.
like the name Gandalf. I was like, you know what? Let's mess it up a little.
How do we
Ganondorf.
pronounce it? Ganondorf.
Let's just take the word and put it slightly to the left.
Yeesh. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Like
I should
when you're
probably
trying
say
I'm gonna go to
write, but you place your